Welcome to part 14 of the best mods to use in Lethal Company, starting with the first mod, which is completely insane. This is the Insanity Meter mod in Lethal Company, and it shows you how insane you currently are. Now, not everyone knows this, but the moment you land on the moon, every employee actually has an insanity meter. You just can't see it as it is invisible by default. The longer you stay in the facility or the ship, the insanity meter will rise up. Players who are alone will gain insanity faster in certain locations, whereas sticking together with other players or listening to them on the radio will reduce insanity. The Ghost Girl actually uses this value to choose who she wants to haunt, so if you have a higher insanity than everyone else, you are more likely to be chosen. Now, this mod may not sound all impressive, and you don't even have to use this mod, as maybe seeing your insanity value might ruin the fun, right? Well, I actually wanted to show you this first to explain the insanity mechanics, because it actually leads to the next mod, which I believe that you should get right now. This is the Insanity Remastered mod for Lethal Company, and it adds new features to the insanity mechanics, which I have explained earlier. Now, this is a big one, so get ready. Normally, going insane will only increase the chance of the Ghost Girl to haunt you. Well, this mod adds so much more, such as hallucinations. With this mod, you will now experience 3 levels of insanity: low, medium, and high. As your insanity level gets higher, you will experience more intense hallucinations. Hallucinations that you will experience are, for example, sound hallucinations. Besides the usual sounds that we usually hear, this mod tosses in some new ones to mess with your head, and some of them are very creepy. Another hallucination is the lights shutting off for you and you only. The lights will power back on eventually on their own, but you can always step outside to force them to turn on back themselves. Now, you may even experience player hallucinations. When you're within the facility, there's a chance that you might bump into a hallucination of another player. Here, you can actually see another player on my screen, but I swear, I am actually alone in this server. You may find them to be walking around without a purpose, giving you a creepy stare, or even trying to chase you down. Now, fake items are also a hallucination that you may encounter. In the facility, you might come across some weird piece of scrap that just doesn't feel right, and that's a legit reason for that. But if you decide to pick it up, brace yourself for a few effects to hit you. Now, what if you're at the highest level of insanity? You will experience a panic attack. During a panic attack, almost all hallucinations become lethal, and you experience one of the following symptoms: slowness, whispering from unknown sources, reduced stamina, reduced vision, and the worst of all, death. You may step outside of the facility to calm down for a bit or reduce your panic attack further. Now, this mod also adds in new ways to lose sanity and also new ones to gain sanity, so prepare to have an experience of a lifetime. More things are planned out with this mod, so do keep up to date on the mod's website. This mod is client-sided only, so it only works for you if you installed it. Now, let's get all of the creepiness out of the way and look for something fuzzy and cute. This is the Needy Cats mod, and it's perfect to set the tone of Lethal Company down a bit. With this mod, you can find cats roaming around the facility, and they even meow at you when you are nearby. Be careful though, as they make a lot of noise, so you may pick them up and left click to pet them to calm them down. Make sure to pet them regularly, otherwise it may attract unwanted attention. Bringing them back to the ship will consider it as a scrap as well, so it is all worthwhile to find them. There are tons of cats for you to discover, so go ahead to find them and bring them back to your ship and enjoy your new companion. This mod requires everybody on the server to install it for it to work. Now, previously I've showcased the minimap mod and many of you love it, but it is understandable that it can be extremely OP at times. Well, try out the motion tracker mod if you want a less intrusive experience but the same function. This can be purchased from the terminal, and it only shows you where the enemies are on the radar with a limited battery life. Now, the battery life is extremely short, around 60 seconds of total use time, so make sure to use this sparingly. If you feel the price is too cheap, you can always change change the price of the motion tracker in the config file. This mod is perfect if you want to have NH in the game for a price without breaking the immersiveness this game has to offer. This mod requires everybody in the server to have it for it to work. Now, do you think these mods are cool? Well, check out these videos on the screen right now, as I'm sure you'll love what you are about to see.